Claude Fable is pretty much back. Yes, despite the government ban, Fable-level intelligence is back, that too at half the price. On top of that, GPT 5.5 just got a real update aimed straight at the people who lost Fable. And a powerful new Chinese model dropped that, depending on the task, can go toe-to-toe with both Fable-level systems and GPT 5.5. And it is fully open. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into these massive updates. So this is what everybody wants to know. Despite the ban, how do you still access Fable 5? Well, we have the answer. You can get the same Fable-level intelligence right now, today. Here is the situation. 3 days after the ban on Mythos and Fable 5, a company called OpenRouter shipped something that recovers most of what we just lost. They call it the Fusion API. And OpenRouter's own line for it is that Fusion achieves Fable-level intelligence at half the price. Yes, you heard that right. The same Fable-level intelligence at half the cost. It may sound like marketing, and partly it is, but the benchmark data behind it is genuinely interesting. So let me explain how it actually works before I get to whether it holds up. Normally when you send a prompt to an AI, it goes to one model, one brain, one answer. Fusion does something completely different. It fans your prompt out to a panel of several models at the same time, each one with web search and tools enabled. Then, a judge model reads every single response and maps out where the models agree, where they contradict each other, what each one covered, and what they all missed. Finally, a synthesizer model, OpenRouter uses Opus 4.8 for this, writes one combined answer grounded in that whole analysis. So instead of asking the smartest person in the room, you are asking 5 of them and then having an expert reconcile their answers into one. So here is how you actually use it, because it is simpler than it sounds. You go to OpenRouter, a single site that gives you access to basically every model on the market. You can run Fusion right in the playground at openrouter.ai/fusion or call it through the API with one single slug, openrouter/fusion, and plug that into whatever app you want. There are 2 ready-made panels, a quality panel that calls the top frontier models and a budget panel with those cheaper models I mentioned. You can also build a custom panel, and some people are even running 2 copies of Opus 4.8 together, which on its own jumps Opus from about 59% solo to around 65.5% as a 2-model panel. On cost, let me be concrete because this is where it gets mind-blowing. One real research query through the budget panel ran about 63 cents in testing, and the activity tab on OpenRouter breaks down exactly what each model charged you, so there are no hidden surprises. The budget panel gets you within 1% of Fable for roughly half what Fable cost. The trade is speed. Because it runs multiple models and then a synthesis pass on top, it is slower than a single model. You are waiting for the panel, then the judge. So, is it really Fable-level intelligence? Based on the actual numbers, surprisingly close. Here is the proof. OpenRouter tested this on a deep research benchmark from Perplexity called Draco, 100 hard research tasks across 10 domains like law, medicine, and finance, graded against dozens of weighted criteria where wrong answers actually cost you points, so you cannot bluff your way through with a long, vague answer. The top Fusion panel, combining Fable 5 and GPT 5.5, scored around 69%. But here is the result that actually matters now that Fable is gone. A panel of Opus 4.8, GPT 5.5, and Gemini 3.1 Pro, with no Fable in it at all, landed within 1% of solo Fable 5. Fable 5 by itself scored 65.3%. The Fable-free panel essentially matched it. And now the part that has genuinely surprised me, the one I keep coming back to. You do not even need the expensive models to replicate the Fable power. A panel of 3 cheap models, Gemini 3 Flash, Kimi K2.6 and DeepSeek V4 Pro, all budget options, fused together, scored 64.7%. That is within a single point of Fable 5, using models that cost a fraction of it. 3 cheap models working together, beating GPT 5.5 alone and Opus 4.8 alone, and nearly matching the banned flagship. OpenRouter found that roughly 3/4 of that improvement comes from the synthesis step. the judge reconciling the answers, and only about a quarter from the diversity of using different models. So the magic is not just throwing more models at it, it is the reconciliation layer. All good, but there's a catch, and I'm not going to skip it because it is the most important limitation. The single best thing about Fable 5 was its long horizon work. It could run autonomously for hours, building entire projects without stopping. Fusion does not do that yet. OpenRouter has said it plainly themselves. They have only evaluated this on one deep research benchmark that did not include long horizon tasks. And they admit Fable's long horizon ability was extremely impressive and still needs future work to match. So if your use case was research, analysis, hard questions, and one-shot generation, Fusion genuinely gets you most of the way back to Fable. If your use case was handing an AI a project and walking away for 3 hours, Fusion is not that, at least not today. I would say give it a try because it is always something different that you find when you yourself use something like this on your own scenarios. And while OpenRouter was stitching existing models together to recover Fable, a Chinese lab took a completely different swing at the same problem and released something pretty extraordinary. Let's have a look at that and then see what new has been done by OpenAI to fill in this Fable gap. And as we move to the most crucial portion of the video, just hit that like button and press the lonely subscribe button as well. Interestingly, the same day all this Fusion news broke, the Chinese lab Jipu, which operates as Z.AI, released GLM-5.2. And the timing was not subtle. On June 12th, the US government forced Anthropic to disable Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for foreign nationals. On June 13th, the very next day, Jipu released GLM 5.2 as a fully open model, with its founder calling the sudden restriction deeply regrettable, and access being cut off, in his words, for non-technical reasons. So while the West pulled its most powerful public model, a Chinese lab handed its frontier model to the entire world a day later. GLM 5.2 is built for the exact work people loved Fable for: agentic coding and long horizon software engineering. It runs on a 744 billion parameter mixture of experts architecture with a genuinely usable 1 million token context window. It launched on Z.AI "spade coding plans", and the open weights are promised within a week under a fully permissive MIT license, which means anyone can download it, host it on their own hardware, and modify it. The previous GLM-5 already matched Claude Opus-level coding in real-world use at roughly 5 to 8 times lower cost. So this is not a minor player. I do have to be honest about one thing, and it is a real gap. Jipu published 0 benchmark numbers at launch, no SWE bench, nothing. So every claim about how powerful GLM 5.2 is right now is the company's own word, unverified by anyone independent. Treat the performance as promising but unproven until third-party numbers land. The strategic message, though, needed no benchmark. The West restricts, China gives it away free the next morning, weights and all. That contrast is the real story here. So that covers the open source answer to the ban. Now let us see what OpenAI did, because they were not sitting still while all of this happened. With Fable gone and millions of users suddenly looking for a new home, OpenAI moved fast, and it pushed a batch of updates into GPT-5.5 and its Codex coding tool that are clearly aimed at exactly that crowd. The most useful one is Goal Mode, now fully available across the Codex app, the IDE extension, and the command line. Instead of guiding the model step by step, you define an outcome and what success looks like, and Codex keeps working toward it on its own. That is a direct answer to the autonomous, hand it a task and walk away feeling people loved about Fable. There are 2 more worth knowing. The first is Appshots on Mac, where you hit a hotkey to attach an actual app window to your Codex thread, a screenshot plus the readable text, so the model can see what you are looking at without a long setup prompt. The second, and the one I think is most underrated, is standalone web search, now built directly into Codex's code mode, so it can run a live search while it is writing code and pull the results straight in. There is also a new Sites plugin that lets it build and host actual websites and web apps on OpenAI's own infrastructure. On top of all that, the GPT 5.5 instant model got retuned for clearer, more natural answers with fewer of those endless bullet point walls. The strategy is obvious when you line it up. OpenAI is making Codex feel more autonomous and more self-sufficient, the exact qualities that made Fable feel special, right at the moment Fable users need somewhere to go. It is a smart land grab. Now let me give you the honest read on all three of these options because none of them is a clean replacement. There are a few things I want to be straight about before we wrap up. On OpenRouter Fusion, the benchmark is real, but it is OpenRouter's own benchmark, and they ran it on a single deep research test. One benchmark, self-published, is a starting point, not proof. And the headline Fable-5 plus GPT 5.5 panel that scored highest is partly irreplaceable now because Fable itself is banned, so the configuration you can actually run is the Fable-free one. The good news is that Fable-free panel still landed within 1%, so the practical claim mostly holds. Just know the very top number on that chart is not one you can reproduce today. The bigger, honest point on Fusion is the long horizon gap I mentioned. Do not buy the Fable is fully back framing. For research and one-shot work, it is close. For multi-hour autonomous building, it is not there, and OpenRouter admits that directly. Match the tool to your actual use case. On GLM 5.2, I will repeat it because it matters, no launch benchmarks at all. The open and free story and the timing against the ban are real and verified. The performance claims are the company's own, unverified, promising, not proven. And on the Codex updates, these are genuine shipped features, not leaks, but they are improvements to the harness around GPT 5.5, not a new model. They make the experience better. They do not close the raw capability gap that Fable opened. Worth being clear about that so you set the right expectation. So here is where it all nets out. The most powerful public model got switched off by a government, and within 72 hours, the market routed around it 3 different ways. Tell me in the comments which option are you taking? The Fusion panels, the Open GLM model, the upgraded Codex, or are you happy with Opus 4.8? And subscribe to my channel because GPT 5.6 is reportedly days away, and the moment it drops, I'm going to run it against these exact workarounds on real tasks to see if any of them still matter. You will certainly want to see how that turns out.